Next, we would like to invite to our stage Virginia Rivera. Virginia Rivera is a certified business mentor, coach, and consultant with more than 25 years as a corporate and business leader. Her education, Bachelor's of Fine Arts, major in dance and dance therapy from Columbia College of Chicago, postgraduate degree in culinary arts and food and beverage management from the Chicago Cooking Academy, MBA specialization in entrepreneurship and innovation from Singapore Business School, certified as a life coach with the International Coaching Federation, certified business leadership coach with the University Anahuac, Mexico, certified business mentor developer by Georgia Tech University. She is the co-founder and president of Mujer Aprende Latina, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that fosters economic empowerment in women so that they can attain financial autonomy. She is CEO of Solopreneurs by Virginia Rivera, a 360 digital business platform that provides workshops, seminars, and coaching for self-employed entrepreneurs. She is the founder and editor-in-chief of the printed business publication Solopreneurs. Virginia's presentation today, Female Economic Power. We welcome Virginia Rivera to the stage.
Beautiful. I have been so impressed by every single one of the presentations today. Thank you, Christina, and thank you, Enolia, for bringing us together so we can use our voices and help other women find their voice, because I think that every single one of us has a contribution that we have to give to the world. And sometimes we need a little coaxing and a little support in order to bring it out. So first and foremost, thank you for the invitation and congratulations to every single one that has participated. My name is Virginia Rivera. My pronouns are she, her, and I am from sunny Puerto Rico. I am really, really excited to be here because Enolia is one of those women that I have been able to meet in my journey, and I have been so impressed with, mostly with her generosity, and really giving us this platform with Christina to say what we think, but most importantly, to make sure that it gets to it, whoever it needs to get to. The men in my family, and the reason why I really believe in economic empowerment for women is because it brings change. It brings balance. And most importantly, it promises a world that is going to be sustainable for all of us. I come from a long line of women, strong and empowered women. The men in my family were non-existent. Either they were at war or they were with skirts. My dad was not a soldier. So as you can imagine, he had an issue with skirts. It's very interesting to say, can you hear me? Yes? Okay. So my mother was 23 years old when she encountered the situation. She made a decision, an empowering decision. She asked him to leave. She had 3 children. She lived in a country that she didn't speak the language. But deep down inside, she realized that if she condoned this situation, it would happen again. And that is something that she didn't want to live with. So she made the decision to eliminate her financial support. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but one thing it did guarantee, that she would find within herself the strength and the ability to get ahead. We've heard today about purpose. Many times purpose breathes and wakes up and is hungry. In my mother's case, her 3 children were that purpose. So once my dad was out of the picture, he really was out of the picture. He did not help. He didn't look back. He just went on with his life. And he left my mother to really continue supporting us and guiding us. Most interesting, I always heard from my mother that she was a solopreneur. She was using a Spanish word of sola and the preneur from an English word of somebody who embarks in a venture, right? As an entrepreneur. So she would always say, you need to help me because I'm a solopreneur. At the time, it didn't really make a lot of sense. But what I know now is that she looked within herself and she found her abilities and her talents. And she united that with her experience, whatever she had done already, and she created an opportunity. She created a product. And I think that every single one of us has innate package that comes with your abilities and your talents. Many times we don't even think they're valuable, but let me tell you, what is born with you was meant for you and is part of your contribution to the world. We've heard so much today about empowering women or ourselves, finding our inner voice, learning about finances, learning about what our purpose is. And I want to tell you, every single one of those is very important. It's part of your journey, your story. So going back to my mother, you would think that having a neighbor that is 23, up and struggling with 3 children, she would find support. But you know, she was ostracized. She was put aside. She was too pretty to support. Men thought that she would be easy prey. Women thought that she would come and take their husbands. So I have to say that we became a family of 4, a community of 4. The most beautiful thing of it was that we were also a team. That lived with me, had my back. I know that is not the case in many situations, but in my situation, my mother was the lead, and she was a great leader at that. She taught me how to really look within myself to find how I could get ahead, how I could trust what was given to me from a higher power. In my case, I call it God. When I was 8 years old, I wanted to go to the movies. So did my brothers and sisters. And my mother said, okay, knowing she had no money, she said, how about Virginia, if you choreograph a dance? And she told my brother, how about if you sing? And she told my sister, you make the costumes. My mother bought Kool-Aid, which at that time was 10 cents. And she bought a raw bag of pop kernels, like popcorn. And we made little tickets, tiny little tickets out of construction paper that were 10 cents. And we, for 4 hours, we sold those around our entire neighborhood. By the time of 5 o'clock, we had children in our house, maybe 40 or 50 kids. You know, everybody was there. It was funny because as we sold these tickets, people not only gave us 10 cents, some people would give us 25 cents because that was the change they had. And by the end of the afternoon, we sang, we danced, we shared. We were able to sell the popcorn and the Kool-Aid, and we had $9 to go to the movies. So it's funny because at the time, and I'm talking, I am 50 something now. So I was 8 years old then. The movies were very inexpensive. So we were able to buy 2 little boxes of food. It had a drumstick, a chicken drumstick, and it had French fries. We shared it. That was $2, but we all shared it. And then we went to the movies. I remember sitting back in that movie theater and just enjoying the popcorn that my mother brought. And I have enjoyed my meal, and the movie was just the best movie ever. And you know why? It wasn't because it was a great movie. It was because I earned it. I used my talent, my power to get something that I wanted, but not only for me, I could see that my effort impacted my brother and my sister and my mom. I think that that was probably one of the biggest lessons I ever had in my life. Look within yourself for the power that you need to get ahead. I have to say that today, that is what I do every day. The organization that I co-founded with 4 other executive women is precisely that. We don't only teach you how to become an entrepreneur with business training, but we also give you a community. Instead of leaving you alone, we will support you and we will also mentor you. So for now, in 2016, we launched Mujer Emprende Latina, an organization that existed to empower women economically. Natasha told us a little while ago about the situation when it comes to domestic and gender violence. 99% of these cases involve financial abuse. So if you're thinking that you don't have the money to move out with your 3 children, you will stay. If you have heard your entire life that you're not enough, that you're weak, or you feel that because you had to probably do the domestic cleaning, because you had to do the caretaking, you probably didn't have the time to really study like you wanted, go to college like you wanted, or prepare yourself, I want to tell you, it's never too late. But what you do need is a community to support you. And if you can find that community, hang on to it. We also heard today about a friend that lost a friend because we outgrew each other, because they thought it was probably going to stay that way forever. But you know what? It changed. And we no longer met each other's needs. That is why it's really important to know who you're with. Are they really on the same wavelength as you? Remember that we are the product of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. So if you are thinking of who would I really hang out with, and these are people that are negative or people that really don't know how or don't want to get ahead, I'm not saying set them aside. I'm just saying make sure that you find a support system that believes in you. Sometimes it's not in person. Sometimes it's a community like this one, a virtual community. So make the time to find the right people in your life to support where you want to go. I want to tell you and share with you a statistic that doesn't let me sleep. 68% of the women around the world who work that are over the age of 25 live under the poverty level. More importantly, 388 million women around the world live in extreme poverty. I think that we all need to understand that making a woman empowered economically changes her life. If you have the resources, you not have the know-how, it's your time now to share that. It's your time now to lift. It's your time now to embrace. There are women out there that don't want to tell anybody what they're going through, but a kind word can open a window. It may not open a door. I think we are at the exact moment where we have to continue to support each other. And when we talk about finances, the number one way that we can get ahead financially is creating something with what we have. And that is entrepreneurship. We may not all be super millionaires. We may not have an incredible startup, but we may be able to create a product, a concept, an idea, or a service that will help us get out of where we're at and propel us into where we want to go. Economic empowerment, it is the answer to make sure that the half of the world that lives impoverished, that lives under constraint, is free to live their best version of who they are. I truly believe that it's in our hands, men and women. I'm not only talking to women. I think that in order for us to have a sustainable world for the future, we all have to collaborate. So if you know a woman that is going through an issue, a problem, reach out. Say, you know what? I know someone, I know something, I want to share it with you. My organization is open to anybody around the world, even if they don't speak Spanish, because we will find the way to help you. We may know other organizations, sister organizations, that do the same thing we do. We provide business education. We provide a community, and we provide mentoring and coaching so you can really reach the goals that you want to live in your life. Today, I am empowered to stand here and tell you that I have what I have because I've earned it. I've worked for it. I was able to leave my corporate position that didn't give me the respect I needed or the support that I needed because of my gender. And I said, you know what? Why am I staying here? Many of us have to stay. And I want to tell you, I commend you making the decision. Just think that you can leave also when you're ready. That is why being economically empowered is so important. When we have our own money, we make autonomous decisions. If you're autonomous financially, you can do what's best for you, your family. I'm not saying not your husband. I'm saying everybody, your family. You know, many times our families are our community. So today, I encourage you to look in your circle and see what person you know is struggling, but you said, I don't want to get involved. Get involved. This is your moment. And maybe everybody's great. You know what? Reach out into another community that may be able to use what you have. Maybe be able to give what you have to help others. When women thrive, their communities thrive. I don't say that. Studies show that once and once again. All of us deserve to live a life free, with dignity and prosperity. That is what I want for you, and that is what I want for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Virginia. I absolutely love your enthusiasm. I love the topic you've been talking about, female economic empowerment. I agree with you that female economic empowerment brings balance and brings change, and that brings a sustainable future. And also, I love the story, what you shared about your family and about your mom, finding the strength within. This is what we all need to do, really, finding the strength within and finding the purpose.
Thank you so much.
Just, create the opportunity. So thank you for sharing. I love you, and I see you, Virginia.
Thank you so much. Privileged to be here.
Thank you so much, Virginia. Truly, truly inspiring. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Anolia. I'm so glad that you're here again. I was like, you are an incredible woman, and thank you for opening up this platform for all of us with Christina. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Introducing Ana Isabel Fiafilio Rodríguez. Es un miembro de asociación Somos Ciudadanía, economista con experiencia en inversión pública, planificación, gobierno abierto y estudios en gobierno abierto y innovación y liderazgo en gobierno del LALP de Georgetown University, becaria del programa Global Policy, Democracy, Sustainability and Leading Education. Miembro activo en organizaciones como Jóvenes Iberoamericanos, Ciudadanos del Mercosur, Somos Ciudadanía. Ha sido parte del comité de expertos para elaborar el documento de trabajo de la Estrategia de Gobierno de Datos del Perú en el año 2021, ganadora de los Napoleon Awards de the Washington Academy of Political Arts and Science en la categoría de Youth Leadership Awards 2021 y Rising Star 2022. Pertenece a equipos de investigación en Argentina y India y cuenta con publicaciones de artículos de opinión en materia de datos abiertos, gobernanza, educación y desarrollo sostenible a nivel nacional y internacional. Cuenta con un capítulo autobiográfico en el libro 30 Shining Star in the World en el año 2022. Presentación. ¿Qué buscan los jóvenes para liderar? Le damos una calurosa bienvenida a Ana a nuestro escenario.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think it's important to share my experience and different aspects about my life. And in this opportunity, I would like to speak in English because all people speak now. My name is Isabel. I'm from Peru. I live in Latin America. Thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. And I share with you a little bit about me, my experience, and what I want to transmit as a young woman and leader. I consider resilient to be one of the words, and I always like to bring into any conversation. I consider myself a person who has been learning throughout life, from the personal to the professional. I collaborate enthusiastic and with a lot of motivation to continue learning new things, not only academically, but also on a personal level, resilient, and I like that skills to be able to develop myself. And I see that what's also a reason to be in different spaces and to be able to develop myself better. I'm considered agents of change, and I would like to share some numbers about how what were the in different enthusiastic session or about my life. We introduce to the different aspects of I think and different aspects of my life. For example, who you participate as an agent of change. According to the national youth policy here in Peru, young people represent 24.9% of the total population, and 1/3 of the working age population, making them an important asset for achieve sustainable development in the country. With the framework of the transformative vision of the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development and the Peru Vision 2050. And I consider some points about, I think it's important to recognize or to review. For example, in these cases about the agenda or the Peru Vision 2050, it's about the competence of the educational process and access to the decent work, healthcare, reducing victimization, and reducing discrimination, and more citizen participation. And I focus in 2 points. It's about my experience on my score about education, because I work at Ministry of Education in about since 3 years ago, and I recognize this important to focus now in access to this work, in special the girl. As a young people, we can participate in different projects, programs, and from different spaces in different countries, in especially in Latin America. There are many initiatives that not only allow us to know the reality of the country, but that are having an impact on their communities. Many times we want to provide solutions to the problems that are evident on a daily basis. However, we must analyze, identify, and provide a possible purpose for the solution. Thinking in the short and long term, and assessing the impact of what we want to work on. Many of the Latin American countries have the same problem. I recognize this is the same problem, and there are different initiatives that seek to have more scope and replicate them. And in focus about the competence of the educational process, and I choose some words. So, for example, with what is the vision or with a view to the years 2050, UNESCO states that knowledge and learning are the greatest renewable resources available to humanity to respond to challenge and invent alternatives. In about education, for example, within the goals established in the Sustainable Development Goals, we are going to focus on some points that I consider important. Since the points focused on access to primary education, preschool education, access to the technical education, and higher education or university. Guys, this is focus around not only primary, secondary, or include the university, but this is important to focus around the education in general. Identify, in this case, in relation with the Agenda 2030, identifies the different points in relation with the Goal 4, which is about the focus in special education. What is the future, or what is the goals in 2023? For example, in one point defined by 2030. Ensure that all girls and boys complete free and qualitable and quality primary and secondary education that leads to relevant and effective learning outcomes in Goal 4. In the same is in about the focus, what is a preparation for the primary education, and what is a quality technical, vocational, and include the university, and what is the relevant skills, including the technical and vocational skills. For example, in special for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, what is important to focus on. But we must not forget that in order to access education, it is necessary to create equal spaces for all, such as having equal opportunities in urban and rural areas, speaking of a geographic space. Now, when we also mention equal opportunities, it's not necessary access to basic education. It's also access to special education and to think about children with disabilities. We must give them priority, that they have an adequate space for the development learning. It's important to the space and infrastructure. Focusing on all levels of education implies that as a country we want to close gaps. Coverage and quality are two complementary concepts, since we have to analyze not only the educational space, how much furniture is needed as an educational institution, as an infrastructure level, what is the territorial approach that is improved, since geographically there are areas with different characteristics. We are customs and use of educational space can be adaptable for some, not for all. Considering that the claimant can play an important role. Now, in the case of closing the quality gap, here already implies what quality of education we want to give to students. This that is focused on learning and requires many factors, especially the important participation of the teacher, who ultimately play the role of mentor or facilitators who will teach in the classroom, all that is planned in a national curriculum. I see this is I consider it have the difference about the situation about Peru, and this is similar to the Latin America, not especially in primary or secondary education, but it's I need to consider all roles, all geographical space, and all different. And in the case of the access to decent work, yes, for example, according to the statistics rates about Peru, or the same, for example, the last year, women continue to be most affected in the informality and underemployment, with an approximately average salary that represent only 71% of what men earn. since women are not ones or who have to take care of all that depend, they have more difficulty to find informal employment because they need a job to allow them to work by the hour, or if they have to arrive later, they have more can do some more easily. And I think that it's important to points on. I think it's important to focus in not only education, but what is the future about in special the girl, what is the future about the girl, then the education. And I would like to share this message is that we have all the capacity to continue fulfilling our dreams, and that they have that motivation, in special girls and young people to understand the different points about not only Latin American is it important to focus around the world, but what is the position now, what is the position in the future in the women to contribute in different solutions. It's not only in the government, it's not only in the NGO, in the private sector, but is that in the space or no. Thank you so much, and I'm very happy to meet all girls, empower girls, and I go to meet other women like you to look up, and in special Christina for the invitation, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Isabel. SDG 4, education for everybody, it's a very, very important topic. We talk about being the agent of change, and I can tell that yes, you are a powerful one, and yes, you are, and you all are an agent for change, especially in education and healthcare. We have to give equal spaces and equal opportunities, and I very much agree with you that equal space and equal opportunities, it means different things in different parts of the world. So I love that, and this should be equal everywhere. And thank you so much for all the hard work you are doing. It's absolutely amazing. You are a very wonderful person. And of course, a shining star of the world. So I congratulate Isabel for everything what you do. I see you and I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ana, for that informative speech.
So it is my greatest pleasure to introduce a multiple award winner and motivational global speaker, Veronica Ceban. Veronica, she is also a transformational business and NLP coach, and her company is called Business Power Academy. Love and wisdom define Veronica's personality at all times. Her wonderful way to be and her ability to transform the mindset and lives of hundreds of people is remarkable and impressive. From a single mom to a businesswoman who founded Business Power Academy, she wrote many books and the transformational mindset book, A Beautiful Mind. Veronica, the Queen Strategist of Business Power Academy, participated at numerous international leadership and mindset conferences and has coached teams of hundreds of people around the world. Veronica admittedly created projects which in the eyes of other people are unimaginable. She is known as the Queen Strategist and is very talented, speaks 5 languages fluently, and has a millionaire mindset capacity to transform lives. She is admired for the powerful talent and role which she has in entrepreneurship as an international entrepreneur who contributes to the improvement of this world. Veronica's presentation title is The Feminine Voice. I would love to welcome Veronica to our platform.
Good afternoon and good morning to everyone, ladies and change makers, global leaders, and transformators. It's a huge privilege and honor for having me here and for having created this amazing and wonderful opportunity to can change lives. So much gratitude and appreciation to Christina and as well to your beautiful and very intelligent partner, who has amazed me with her approach. Thank you so much again. So the reason that I am here today is that my inner voice wants to speak loudly out. My inner voice and my female voice has been damned for years. I'm a violence survivor. So unfortunately, I have had a marriage with a narcissistic male. And it was terrible because I wanted to be myself, but he was prohibiting me to be who I really am. I was not appreciated. I was humiliated. Uh, all the worst things that I could ever imagine, I have experienced during my marriage. I know that at this moment it sounds very, very terrible and badly, but when I'm looking at this experience from another perspective, this has been exactly the reason for my transformation. This has been exactly the reason to save my life, to make that hard decision, which at that time was very hard to make. For a very young girl of an age of 23 years only, because at that time I was already a mom. And only to save my life and the life of my daughter, I left everything behind. Everything what I have built together in this marriage, I left. So it means so that it is requiring to listen to our inner voice when we are facing such hard situations. So, and maybe there are thousands of women around the world that they are finding themselves in this situation, that they are facing a violence, that they don't have a choice because they are dependent, financially seen on their husband. And so I'm very, very grateful that you both have created this opportunity for us to share our voice, to let our heart to speak out. Because when we connect with our heart voice, when we listen to that hidden voice, which is inside, which is hidden inside of us, it's leading us to the most imaginable dreams that we can achieve. If I hadn't made that decision at the time, today I couldn't be able to show up in front of you because I survived. I survived, and my daughter too. So, for the therapists and NLP practitioners, masters who are hearing me, you understand all what I'm talking about. And today, so this terrifying fear, which is still lying in my unconsciousness level, has played many, many tricks on my behavior, on my inner voice, to show up in front of the world and to show my real way to be to the world, to show to the world my qualities, my capacities, my talents, and as well, so my sensitivity as a woman. Because what we have to realize that being a woman is the most beautiful what can ever exist. Why? Because we are the creators of the world. We are the creators of the nations. We are the creators of everything. Without a woman, nothing can live, nothing can happen. There isn't education with a woman. There isn't food on the table. There isn't education for the children. There isn't absolutely anything. That gracious voice of a woman can help even states to make peace between them. That voice, which is so powerful, can connect different populations together and to create such amazing opportunities to solve thousands of problems, especially for women and for children too. So how you can imagine how powerful is the female voice, which is hidden inside of you. Don't hide on the background, because the world needs you. The world wants to hear the voice of your heart, the voice of your inner. We have to learn to express our emotions. Because of my hard experience during my marriage, I wasn't able to express my emotions because I was terrified. It was told to me that I don't have any rights. I always should ask the permission, even to go out of my house. I should ask permission for everything because I'm only a woman, not for another reason. I'm talking right now, I'm sharing this powerful message with you. And you know, my tears are coming out. My heart is beating wildly. Because in my mind, it's coming back that scenario of violence. But at the same time, today I have celebrated together with my daughter. So our success. So we are winners. I have created a very, very powerful platform for different nations, cultures, for people who have a hidden talent and whom I want really to help. To don't hide your talent, to the opposite. Unleash yourself, unleash your inner voice. Let your inner voice to speak out loudly, because your voice is gracious, it's beautiful. Your soul is beautiful, so don't hide. Don't operate from a trauma perspective. Operate from your power inner perspective. Connect with yourself and make that decision. Make a commitment with yourself, because that is the most important. From that moment on, when you will make that decision and that commitment with yourself, everything will become possible. Remember, everything is possible. If someone has a limiting belief, it doesn't mean that you have to listen to someone's limiting belief. When you connect with your divine soul power and with the power of God, God is gonna make everything possible. God is gonna connect with you with the right people who will help you to heal, who will help you to transform. Because today we are creating a platform where we can transform thousands of lives of the people, where we can help them to heal, where we can help women to unleash their talent, to unleash their hidden pain and frustration, and to help them to get out from violence and to live a normal life. Thank you so much for having me here. And so I'm very, very emotional because of all the memories that they were coming back. And when I talk really from the depth of my heart, feeling every single movement, every single transformation, and every single connection with you all.
Thank you so much, Veronica. The feminine voice could be really, really powerfully heard on your speech. Yes, I know, and I agree with you that decisions sometimes are really hard to make. But one thing it is very, very important, ladies, follow your intuition and follow your heart and make those decisions. Even it doesn't matter how hard they seem because they open up new opportunities for you. Thank you for sharing that the world needs you, the world needs us, the world needs our voice, need to hear our stories. And because this is how they will grow. This is how they will make their own decisions because they will see that yes, it is possible. So thank you so much, Veronica, for sharing. I love you and I see you. Thank you.
Thank you for that powerful insight, Veronica. Before we give our closing remarks, I'd like to formally introduce to you Christina Konya. Christina is a multi-award-winning spiritual coach, empowerment and authentic leadership coach, Usui Reiki master, and ancient crystal healing master healer. In addition, she is an award-winning international speaker, co-founder of We Champions International Foundation, and host of the Truth Runners Talk Show. Christina holds several certificates and has a bachelor's degree in business management. Christina is profoundly passionate and believes that we are all destined for greatness and can be successful in all areas of our lives. However, the first step in achieving success is to unleash the power of self-love and to know ourselves well enough to understand who we are. Her mission is to encourage women to find their path towards empowerment and to hold the space for them to achieve this by giving them some of the most valuable and practical tools to help them personally with their journey towards self-development and self-growth. I warmly welcome to the stage my dear, dear friend, Christina Konya.
Wow, wow, wow. All I can say is just a huge wow. What an amazing, amazing event this has been. I am so grateful. I'm humbled and I am very, very, very proud to host together with Enolia the Powerhouse Women's Highlight. What your story will be event. As a woman, my voice counts. And thank you so much, ladies, for each and one of you for stepping out and being bold and sharing your voices, your powerful stories. We've heard today's stories about acceptance and healing. We learned that we are not alone. I personally can relate to each and every story here. Each and every story, it was like a part of me. It was like a part of me speaking the truth, speaking their truth, speaking my truth, your truth. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for allowing others to learn and grow through your stories, through your life journey. Yes, we are unbreakable spirit. And as Enolia would say, we are all, you ladies, you are all a beacon of light. We are the lighthouse for others. We are the way showers. We are the ones who show the way. Look, this is me. This is my story. I am not afraid to stand up there, to show up, and to tell my story to the world. We are here to reclaim our power. We are here to grow together because we are in it together. It's not you. You are not alone. We are never alone. We are here a community of bold, beautiful, powerful women to support you, to hold your hand, to hold the space for you, to become who you really truly are. A beautiful soul having a human experience. And together we learn how to navigate through what we call life. So I am absolutely delighted to share the stage with all of you at this event, beautiful ladies. And as I said, I absolutely love online meetings because look at us, we are from all around the world and we connect. But I feel that an in-person event has a tremendous energy where we come together and we hold a space for one another that has a different dynamic, a different energy. We can actually physically hold one another and to feel that support. And that is life transforming. So I would love to humbly invite you to our retreat, which I organized together with beautiful Enolia this year in June in Spain. You will learn how to be the authentic leader of your life through conscious transformation. You will learn why we sit in circle. You will learn how to hold the space. You will learn that you are not alone. We are there to hold a space for you. So I am absolutely excited about our upcoming events, let it be online or in person. And yes, absolutely, this was about women empowerment. And this is what we are all about, to empower women. We all can be successful in our lives. Everybody was born for greatness, all of us. But we cannot accomplish all of us when half of us are struggling. And we are the half to show the way to another half. And this is how we became whole. So thank you very much for being here today and shining your light.
Hello, everyone. What a wonderful, wonderful program this has been. Yes, we would like to compliment and thank from the bottom of our hearts the speakers who spoke. You see, each one of us has a calling. Each one of us knows that there's something within themselves that needs to stand up and to speak and to share that which the masses need to hear. And I applaud the courageousness of each one of these individuals, because we, as the leaders, as the way showers, as the ones who are the beacons of light to cause the ripple effect, have to speak up. So those of you who've taken the time and the opportunity to listen, I hope not only that you hear the speeches, but you are attracted to and want to be that speaker yourself. We need you. There aren't very many platforms that are created for you to be able to share your truth and to share your voice, to let everyone know how you choose to uplift humanity, to let everyone know that you were unbreakable, that you have innovation, that you're willing to share and to teach, that you have a story of your own empowerment journey, and let your story be that lesson to those who have not afforded themselves to let that which was traumatic be their leader. Lead with the drama so that the voice of the voiceless is heard. So I ask you, and I encourage you, come out, Speak your truth. Share with others. This is a contribution to humanity. This is who we are and what we have to offer. It makes a difference. It causes a ripple effect. It allows you to be the beacon. And it's powerful. Sometimes it's just that decision to overcome the fear of speaking and just be a storyteller. Don't think of it as speaking, but share. Because your story will help someone. Your passion will assist someone. Your truth will lift someone up. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the enthusiastic stories that we heard, all of the stories that we heard that were just tremendous. And if you know someone who can take advantage of this platform, share this with them. If you know someone who would benefit from the story, share it with them and let them know we do have a platform. We are here. A speaker's platform, a storytelling platform, an honoring platform. And we hold space for all stories. And just like my counterpart, Christina, said, not only do we hold speakers' platforms, we are holding a retreat in Spain where we as women can celebrate self in our authentic leadership, in our authentic truth. The focus will be on mastering that which is already within you, mastering self, bringing self forward, and truly, truly standing in your truth, understanding what it means not to give away your power, understanding what it means to put fear down, understanding what it means to share your truth from a different perspective. So join us. To learn more, go to our websites, inoliafoti.live, ChristinaConia.com. Join us in Spain. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your heartfelt stories. Thank you for your truth. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Enolia, for being my partner in this. I absolutely enjoyed organizing the event. And once again, thank you for each and one of you beautiful souls being here, raising the frequency, raising the vibration. I absolutely love you. I see you all. Bye for now. Thank you, ladies.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.